Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rajiv Kumar, Assistant Professor, Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, welcome you all to this lecture 3, week 2nd on the course Rural Marketing Principles, Strategies and Practices. Today, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about this external environment, and in this external environment, as I told you in this previous classes, there are two types, that is micro environment and macro environment. So out of these two, we are going to discuss
micro
environment. And after going through this lecture, one can able to understand what are those micro environmental factors which generally become very important for this organization and the marketers to execute their plans. And second thing, how these marketers should undertake this micro environmental factors before designing their product and the services. So moving ahead, I want to give you brief about what we have discussed in this first and second lecture of this week 2nd. So we have discussed that for conducting any business or for living, for this living being, for this animal, for this any creature, everybody want this environment. Suitable environment, not only environment but suitable environment. If you are not getting this right air, right water, right food, right society, it is very difficult for the, you can say that individual or the creature to survive. Same way, I told you that for the business or for the organization, this environment become very important. You can say that consideration that marketers should undertake. So what this environment is? Environment, I told you that environment is generally the surroundings in which generally business works. What are those environment? I told you generally there are two types, internal environment and external environment. Internal environment that generally take place within the organizations. In this second lecture, we have discussed about this internal environment. What are those involvement? The value system that the organization carries, the organizational structure, you can say that the resources that they are having. I told you 5M, men, material, this machines, methods. There are various things that internal environment constitute. So we have discussed in this lecture too. So in continuation with that, today we are going to discuss about external environment. And I told you what is external environment, by the name suggests, those environment which generally exist outside the organization, which is, you can say that, far from this organization, and they are generally categorized into two categories, micro environment and macro environment. So if you see this slide, firstly external environment, they are all this in this environment which is generally exists outside, or all those factors which generally exist outside, and the condition that affect the person, organization, and you can say that community. So as this internal environment, you can say that affect this individual also, community also, organization also, this external environment also affect this community, you can say that organization and individuals. And the second important thing that I have written in this slide is they are not in this direct control. As if you see this figure, you will understand. If you see this figure, see here, it is your business, or you can say that organization. So, organization, the first thing that is coming or close to this organization becomes internal environment. That's why I told you internal environment are controllable, because it exists within the organization. We can control our human resources, how employee can be working for this so that they can get this productivity. From where we are going to organize this, you can say that capital for executing this business. Where this infrastructure will come from, where this machine will come from, which method we are going to adopt. So you can say that we can control it. But if you see this macro environment, they are something far from this organization or business, but they are not far as compared to the macro environment. We will discuss in this further lectures. So who are this macro environment? If you see this, the external factors are generally divided into two parts: macro environment and micro environment. So today in this class we are going to discuss this micro environment. If you see this in this figure, there is a micro environment. The first one goes to supplier, second distributor, third customers, and fourth competitors. So I will discuss what are the micro environment. They are the environment which are in direct contact with the company. They are in contact with the company, or you can say that they are generally the supply chain of any organization. What do you mean by supply chain? It is a chain. We start from the supplier and move to this end customers, and there are various members that generally exist in between the chain. And in this supply chain, generally there is a flow of three things, that is information, money, and the product or the services, you can say that. So they are the environment which are in contact with this company and affect the routine activity. I will let you know, these are the forces or the factors that are close to the organization and influence the performance activity of the firm. By this you will able to understand, if you see this figure, you will able to understand what are the factors of micro environment. If you see, the first one is supplier, the second one is company, the third one is intermediaries, marketing intermediaries, fourth one is customer, fifth one is competitors, sixth one is public. So these are the micro factors which are going to affect this business, and it is lesson for the marketer or the organization to plan all their business activity by looking after this micro environment. That is become very mandatory. And I told you it is a supply chain of any organization. The first one, or you can say that what is supply chain? If you see, supply chain is a chain. If you see this, I am just drawing a figure. It is a chain which starts from supplier and it moves to the customers. And in between there is, you can say that company, there is wholesaler, there is retailer. This is simple supply chain for any organization. For example, say you want to sell your product and services. The first thing that comes into your mind is that for making a product, we need raw material, we need resources. Yes or no? If you are making a cloth, we require this cotton. For growing a crop, we need seed. For making a mobile phone, we require different element, you can say the chips, this body part. For making a car, whole car, we require different type of raw materials. The first thing that comes into our mind is the supplier. Who is the supplier? Supplier is nothing, they are the individual, organization or entity that provide the raw material, good or services. They are the person, they are the individual, they are the organization who generally provide the raw materials. For example, for making a car, they required glass, they required steering, they required, you can say that, sitting arrangements, they required tires. So what are they? They are raw materials. So some organization are there who are making this tires like MRF, CEAT, you have find out. So they collaborate with this supplier for making their finished goods. So in this rural marketing context, supplier become very vital. By this we can understand, until unless we are not getting this raw material on time, right quantity, right quality, you can understand we can't make our, you can say that, finished goods and products. So for the smooth flow of the input, rural supply, especially in the sector like agriculture, FMCG and handicrafts. So raw material become very important. The first thing that the marketer or the organization should consider is the supplier. So supplier are nothing, they have a direct impact on the product availability, quality and the cost. As I told you the example, if the farmer don't get this, you can say that, good quantity of a seed or good quality of seed, how it is they are going to able to go this good crops, either rice, wheat or any other, you can say that, vegetables. If they are not able to get this right soil quality, if we are not able to get this right irrigation, how they are able to grow the crops? It is not possible. That's why supplier become very important. And a farm should have more than one supplier and a proper inflow of input. So if we are in contact with the supplier, many times it happens that you have asked that supplier to supply this raw material, but due to some disturbance, some disruptions, he is unable to give you the raw material. To understand this, if raw material will not be there, your whole production, you can say that, phenomena will stop. So for this, you can have this more than one supplier. If one supplier is not able to work or supply this raw material, you can go and contact this another supplier and maybe they can provide you the raw material on time. So this is very important. So role in the rural macro environment: cost, quality, availability. They are the person who assure this availability, who assure this cost, who assure this quantity, and strong reliable supplier base help rural business consistent production and distribution. Not only for the rural business, but again for any organization in this world, supplier become very important. For a car company like BMW, like Kia, like Maruti Suzuki, they have supplier through all over the world. They get this raw material throughout the world. Tire is coming from somewhere around the world. Glass is coming somewhere around the world. Sitting arrangement something around the world. Engine coming from around the world. So they have to choose the right supplier who can provide this raw materials. I have taken this example, fertilizer supplier in rural India. If you say IFFCO, you all heard of this word IFFCO. They are the company, or they are the fertilizer cooperative limited who generally deal with fertilizers. So understand that for farmers, for growing a crop, they can need us fertilizers. And if they don't use this fertilizer, their productivity can be, you can say that, declined. So they are just acting as a catalyst to enhance the crop productivity. So this IFFCO, if they don't provide these fertilizers, which is acting as a raw material, understand that the farmer is going to suffer a lot. So they should be in contact with this IFFCO personals, IFFCO employees for their fertilizers on time, whether they are growing this crop in summer or winter. FMCG company, rural distribution, Hindustan HUL, everybody heard about this HUL, who rely on the local rural net distributors. See what they are doing. If they are providing some product and services into the, you can say, remote area of this, you can say that, country like India, where infrastructure is not good, in the name of roads, in the name of this connection, internet connection, from where they can able to supply this product and services. So what they have done, they have just approached this local distributor. They have make this local wholesaler and the retailers who act as a mediator to provide this product and services in the form of Lifebuoy, Surf Excel and Wheel to this. Now imagine if they don't have this distributors, you are not going to get this daily routine, you can say, the product and the services that is required to live this life. So if there is a disruption due to transport strike, whatever fuel shortage and any other infrastructure lacking, you are not getting this essential item, and local retailer may lose this business also. So what are the key roles of supplier in this micro environment? If you see, provision of input, cost influence, operational activity, innovation and development, risk management, ethical and sustainability standards. These are some roles that suppliers play in business. So one by one we are going to discuss. Provision of input. I told you, they provide raw material, they provide the input. The first thing we need to make this finished product is the raw material, the input. Until unless we don't get this input, your product is not going to be finished. And if understand this, if quality of the raw material is not good, if you are making a paneer, you can understand, if the quality of the milk is not good, the paneer will be not in this right quality, you can say that. The raw material is very good, very important. Our Krishi Seva Crane, they supply certified seed for the fertilizers in Maharashtra or across this India. So if farmer don't get this right seed, they are not going to get this right quality of the crop. Second is cost influence. See, supplier significantly affect the cost structures. Changes in supplier pricing impact product pricing. And for example, say some product is coming from 100 kilometer far away from the village, then this transportation cost will be also there, diesel cost will be also there, resource cost will also be there. So a rise in diesel prices or another cost or running of this water pump or tractor impact overall production cost. So they will include that cost in this charging the raw material due to the cost incurred in transportation, due to the cost incurred in diesel, you can say that, due to the cost incurred in the resources. So this also affect this cost. Operational continuity, reliable supply ensure continuous supply. Now this, understand this, you have to make this 100 unit of this product and the services, and you have asked your supplier for this, the right quantity of the raw material to make this 100 you can say the units, and they are not giving this 100 unit raw materials for making this product and services. Now the continuous supply become very mandatory, and if this continuous supply is not there, your production will be harmed, and if production will be harmed, your finished product will be not be in the right time, and customer will not going to wait for your product and services if they are not able to get this in the right time, and they will dissatisfy and they will move to this another brand. So it become very important. There is a chain. So dairy farmer rely on the local supplier to deliver local feed regularly, or you can say that for the raw material, it affect the milk production and the daily income. So this operational continuity become very important. Innovation and the development. Now the supplier can add some value to it, some innovation to it. For example, say everybody heard about this DeHaat. What they are doing, they are providing this expertise by going into this remote areas, training, by providing this good quality of seed, high yielding seed varieties, offer this mobile based services. If there is any problem that is going through this farmers, they provide this mobile based services. So the supplier is not only going to provide this the raw material, but again the innovation, the development, the adoption with this environment become very important for this. Risk management. Supplier help managing risk such as supply shortage, geographical instability, natural disaster. For example, say there is a war going on between Russia and the Ukraine, or any disruption across the world. will affect your business, will affect your supply demand, you can say that balance. The supplier has to manage this risk. Maybe if there is any weather disaster is there, so due to that crop failure or market disruption will take place. So for this farmer producer organization or the organization like this, they source input in bulk from these trusted suppliers. So for this, if anything, something we can control and something we can't control. Even any disaster happening which is naturally we can't control. So what we can do, we can store some stock with this you can say that retailer or the wholesaler. So during this condition they can use it, and after this environment get okay, then we can go with this natural supply of the raw material or the product or the services. Ethical and the sustainable standard. Now in this 21st century, everybody is talking about every eco-friendly kind of raw materials or eco-friendly kind of product and the services. What we are providing without affecting our environment. So modern business expects supplier to follow ethical labor practices. We can't harm environment, we can't harm society. No, we have to take all this thing together so that we can build a better environment, better food. So this has become very important. Organization like BIAF, Bharatiya Agro Industrial Foundation, promote organic farming. So if you see this in today's era, organic farming is on demand. All those practices are in demand, which is in favor of this environment. So this is all about supply. The first thing that marketer organization should consider is supply. The second one is company. The company who make this product and the services, they are going to affect this business. If they are not making this product in the right quantity, right time, for the right target audience, understand that your business is going to be failed. And this company is made up of organizational management department, production, HR, culture, policies, and they identify the needs, they identify the values and the behavior for this success, you can say that. What is the role in the rural micro environment? The company is responsible for making strategies, product designing, this style, communication style. Which type of product or services they are making? What is their target audience? Where they are going to provide this product and services? What promotional tool they are using? They have to identify all those things, you can say that. For example, say Amul. Everybody knows about this Amul, Anand Milk Union Limited. This is a company who is taking care of the society by providing this good quality of milk. And now today I can say that Amul is the only brand in the India who is representing, you can say that, our country to the world. They are going on the rise. They provide this milk and milk products. So they are deeply rooted to the rural India and itself to the work closely to this with rural milk producers. So they are doing management, they identify the need, everybody want this milk and milk product for their survival. So company become very important. Like this Mahindra also. Mahindra, they are big part of this company structure, internal R&D strategies toward rural. They are providing this affordable, durable and fuel efficient tractors to the target audience. The small tractors is also there. Price is also, you can say that, as low as compared to the various international brand also. So very, very important thing. The third one is marketing intermediaries. Marketing intermediaries are the link between supplier and the company and the customers. They are the person who play as a channel through which the product and services flow to these customers. They are the middle agent, you can say, that promote, sell and distribute the product and services. So now to try to understand, if your product and services has to go to the remote area and the company is sitting in this Mumbai or you can Kolkata, so and this remote area is in this UP, so understand, until unless you don't have the right agent, how your product and services going to be reached to this remote area. So they play a very important role. And these intermediaries are distributors and the wholesaler, retailers, agent and a dealer, logistic partner, rural stockists and hearts vendors, you can say that. Distributor who distribute this product and services, wholesaler. As I told you, in this supply chain there is a wholesaler, retailer, then customers. They are the person who are the link between this product and the services. And if this infrastructure is often weak, marketing intermediary are very important. They help to reduce transport distribution cost, wider reach and community level trust. You can say that. So they are become very important. Hindustan Unilever, I will give you one example. Shakti Amma program. HUL launched this project Shakti, which involved training rural women. Think what they do, they train this rural women and they make this distributor, they make this wholesaler. They are acting as a link to bring this product and services to the remote area, or this is a place where they can cater their target audience. So they become very important. They act as a hub or spook model. You can see, you have seen the cycle, you have seen a bicycle. Bicycle, in this there is a wheel, there is a system. If you see this diagram, this is a wheel of a bicycle. There is a one, you can say that, hub in between, that is known as centralized. The company is a centralized and they have just make their distributors like a spook, different type. This is the spook, this is hub, this is spook. So in this supply chain there is a spook and hub and spook model, which is a system of distribution in the central locations connected to the small location. So there is a centralized person sitting in a one place and they make these various distributors acting at a different places across the India or across the world. So you try to understand this. Without these intermediaries, your product and services is not going to be, you can say that, served in the very different part of the locations. That is very important. Fourth one is customers. Now the customer are the boss, they are the king. And if they are not happy, your business is going to be declined in a very possible manner. If your product and services is not buy by the customers, think, tab kaise hoga? So your customers is become very important. You have to make your customer happy. You have to provide those products and services that is catering their needs in a best possible manner at the best price, and all the information should be given to this you can say the customers, and without that your business is not going to excel, you can say that. And the rural customers, if we talk about rural customers, as I told you, they are different from urban customers on the basis of income, on the basis of standard of living, on the basis of education. There are n numbers of factors. So we have to cater our rural customers in a different way. They are more inclined toward these traditions. So this is very important. The fifth one is competitors. When you are providing, a company is providing product and services, maybe you can say that for example, take this example of smartphones or phones. Reliance is there, Airtel is there, Vodafone is there. So there are n number of competitors. Competitors are the person who is in this business that you are also providing. So what price they are giving, what type of quality they are catering to the society, where they are providing these informations, where they are selling their product and services, all this is information should be, you can say that, judged by, or you can say that understood by the company. So competitor analysis become also very important. कंपटीटर को समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. आपके बगल में कौन सा कंपटीटर्स है? व्हेन यू गिव एनी एग्जाम्स यू हैव लॉट ऑफ कंपटीटर्स. You have to study that, where I can do better, where I can do more strategically better as compared to get this competitive edge as compared to my competitors. So competitor study is very important. They influence this pricing strategy, product differentiation and market shares, very important. Role in rural micro environment, they help in this differentiating and purchase the offer better value to the rural customers. The level of this competition in rural market is less instant than the urban market. So for this getting this competitive edge, competitor analysis become very important. I have taken this example. I have told you Dabur, Himalayas, they deal in this food products or herbal type of products. So they go by hand in hand. Dabur think what Himalayas is doing, and Himalayas think what Dabur is doing, and their pricing strategy, promotional strategy will depend on this competitor analysis. Same way Amul and Mother Dairy also do their analysis within themselves, and Coca-Cola and PepsiCo also, they also, you can say that they are fighting with each other to get this market share. And the last one in this, you can say that micro environment is public. Who are public? Public are the group of a person or organization who affect your business. For example, media. For example, any renowned person in the village. If that person says something about your product and services, it can give you a major impact on the, you can say that, target audience. So they can be all those organizations that affect the business action decision, product and marketing activity, and the public include local community, media, government bodies and environmental organization. They can be anybody, they can be media. Media role is very important. How they portray your company into this, you can say, society. Take this example of Maggi. Maggi at the time they got failure. They got this, the media has just exposed them that they carry major amount of, you can say that, these harmful elements which harm their business also. Or take this example, if there is any product or services and it is, you can say that advertised by, it was motivated by your Pradhan, ki yes, this product is good and good, very good, you can use it. They can influence this farmers also. So they become very important in this micro environment for a brand perception, word of mouth, community. तो आप समझिए कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति जिसको आप भरोसा करते हैं वो कहता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट लेके चलिए, तो आप कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी ये पब्लिक में आती है. ये दे हेल्प इन बिल्डिंग दिस रेपुटेशन, बिल्डिंग एंड सेल्स, पॉजिटिव रिलेशनशिप. All this is very important. Tata Amul, they have built their, the media has built their Amul that they are giving this right quality of milk. There are some cases in this, I will take this one example of Hindustan Unilever. There is a one product that is coming in this Fair and Lovely. There is a controversy that is related with this. Fair and Lovely brand, which is related with the skin lightening cream, face backlash in this rural and urban area for perpetuating coloring and unrealistic beauty standard. Though this Fair and Lovely मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग use किए होंगे, they claim that by applying this on this face, everybody get this white. They get this face more, you can say that, good. But they face this backlash. The product was criticized by promoting negative stereotype and discriminating based on the skin color, which hurt actual brand image. So they are criticized that by applying this, our skin get this whitish. That is not there. And this was widespread public outcry and protests from various groups, including activities and celebrity. They said that they are discriminating on the basis of color. This is not good. So they grade this brand in this decline phase. What they have done? They have this removed the name Fair and Lovely and just include this Glow and Lovely and drop by this Fair from the name. And this was response of changing public opinion. So what they have done? See this media. If anything you will not do in this according to this culture, customs, your brand will fame. So this public become very important. Nestle controversy, we all knows, and this is raised by FSSAI, this excessive lead and monosodium glutamate, they said that this Maggi consists of this. So they got this decline in this business. They lost their brand trust, they lost their sales also. So legal and financial penalties also there. But they also backed by going through these promotional tools. Though this public become very important. So in the last, I will just let you know that by this studying this macro environment, that is supplier, company, competitors, public, customers, the marketer will able to understand that which type of product and services should be catered to the which target audience. If you said market can understand tailored product offerings, setting supplier relationship, competitive forces, marketing intermediaries engage in this. So it is very important to study on the basis of this, I have asked one question, that imagine that you are launching new product in the rural village. How would you access the role of supplier, customer, competitor and marketing in shaping your strategy? So with this, I hope that you got my point, that why this micro environment become very important for the marketer and organization to do their business. So with this, I end my lecture and I hope that you got my point. Thank you.